I used to have New Year's goals all the time. There was this crazy list, and I would start the best intentions on like the third day. Something would fall off that list.
Uh-huh.
And then by the end of the month, like many people, your list starts to crumble. And then you have this guilt that all the things you wanted to do.
Uh-huh.
And I realized that having all these new things is so arbitrary to this like new kind of calendar date that it just became kind of meaningless, and it did the opposite and made me feel worse.
How long had you been doing that religiously?
I mean, the majority of my life, I think I would write down goals and I would put them into practice for some small period of time until I just couldn't keep up with them anymore. But they were always like so intense. It was just like
The goals themselves were
it
intense,
was
or
just like the system that I was creating was like, okay, I'm gonna wake up, I'm gonna work out at 5:30, I'm gonna cold plunge, I'm gonna meditate, I'm gonna do all these things, and then I'm gonna go and work in this set of hours, and I'm gonna focus on this one thing. And I would just do that. Or I just put that all on paper, and I did it like year over year. I then started to break things down to, okay, what are a few things that I want to accomplish this year? And then I would have goals for family goals. Like, here's the 3 things I want to do, and then here's the 3 things I want to do with my wife and I, and here's the 3 things I want to do personally. And felt like that was like more obtainable, but still, even that I would lose sight of because those were like objectives that I wanted to hit. Or like it would be like, okay, I want to go skiing in Switzerland with the family. Like, not really a goal per se, but it's just like, I want to do this year.
yeah.
And I remember my wife and I a few years ago, we sat down and we just had dinner and we kind of wrote these things out,
Really?
And I think that was better, but it still wasn't like something we held ourselves accountable to. I think everyone's different, by the way. Like, that could work. I actually heard that on Oprah Winfrey a long time ago. It's like not necessarily goal setting, but like your mindset or the way you should approach things, or like you should look at yourself, and then you need to be like, okay, what do I want to look like, or what are goals that I want for myself, and then you and your partner, and then you and your family, right? And family, you can expand that to friends too. But if you don't have you don't focus on yourself, it's hard to like
Yeah.
be better for everyone else. But then I mean, this was like 25 years ago. I heard that on
That's all
on
right.
Oprah.
You're cribbing from Oprah.
I know.
Don't
It's like
squarely
dating
fall in
myself.
that demo, but there's outliers. That's cool.
And then yeah, I would just take that kind of those concepts and I would play them out into our own life. But I found that it's better to focus on like one thing that you want than all these other things.
Okay.
Because that one thing, then when you have a win there, you're getting wins, or that one kind of goal. Jesse Itzler calls it his like Misogi, which is like this big audacious kind of crazy thing that you want to do within a year. If you just focus on one of those, you could start to build habits and do activities within those habits to help you achieve that, like no matter what that is. So like say that's a fitness race. Like I'm contemplating doing this big race in Tahoe mid-year, and it's crazy if you look at it on paper. But if I sign up for it, then inevitably I'm going to want to train for it. So I'm going to start doing these things that are going to help me achieve that, which are building habits. So instead of saying, oh, I'm going to sauna and work out every day, blah, 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 it's like, no, I'm going to like do this thing in order to do that thing to be successful, because I want to show up to it in a meaningful way. Naturally, I'm going to do the other stuff. So I'm not tracking the other stuff. I'm just tracking like I need to get to the destination.
Yeah. You're saying make it more concrete. Like, I have a goal of I want to be healthier this year. It's like, okay, great. Versus a goal of I want to run this race, which will then force me to be healthier.
Great example. Like you did High Rocks, right?
Yeah.
You signed up for High Rocks, and then what happened?
I started working out regularly, and since High Rocks, I think I've been to the gym twice.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
That's
No,
exactly
so
it.
I know I need like, what's the next thing? Like, that was a huge unlock for me of like, no, you need these things that you can.
And you did so well in it. Just imagine if you like tried more. Like you probably, I'm guessing, like you did what you needed to do to show up there in a meaningful way, but you weren't like overly obsessing about getting the best time ever.
No, I didn't care about the time at all. The goal was finish and be not hurt.
Yeah. And the thing is, like for me, this last year, I didn't realize that I did 3 marathons, I did like 5 High Rocks. I did a bunch of stuff, but I'm like, I kind of looked at the end of the year, I'm like, I didn't do anything remarkable to me.
Yeah.
I mean, not to say that those aren't remarkable feats for many people, but like I've done some of that stuff before. So like looking ahead, I'm like, that doesn't motivate me in the way that
Right.
It used to, because I just need that next thing. Well, this next thing's super daunting. It's a 5K day one, going up a mountain. Day two is a marathon, going up a mountain, 10,000 feet plus gain, and then the next day is a half marathon. So it's like piggybacks, 3 days in a row. Right
It's
in my
all
mind.
running though.
It's all running, and then there's this thing I think at the end of it where you just gotta like climb up ropes up this mountain too. So it's just like this crazy thing. But the point being, whatever it is in your life, I think it's really important to look at a big, like, audacious goal like that. And maybe that big goal is like creating a company. Maybe that big goal is, I want to take the family on vacation, so I'm going to start saving for it.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the end of it, like, you're going to feel so much better because you're prepared and you're on vacation with the money that you need to have a good time, or you trained enough for the race, just like you felt with High Rocks. You felt good at the finish line, had to feel amazing with your brother. And it's just things like that that I think are really important to think about. So my recommendation is focus less on this huge list that you want and just pick one thing.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you're going to realize how many great habits you develop to achieve that one thing, and you're not going to have this guilt that you didn't achieve all these other things that were kind of like activities, not outcomes.
I think, and we talked about this just a little bit now, but verbalizing and putting out into the world, this is my goal and I'm going to do it, and using that as a way to kind of create some accountability. I know in your situation, you were just talking about like, I don't know if I'm going to do this, but it's circumstantial based on something else, and not like, I just haven't decided yet. And it's like, no, you don't get the benefit of wondering if you can do it without committing to it.
Either way, I'm going to replace that with something else that's hard. So I'm already looking at it because I just need something. And that is my motivation. That's, I think, what people need to find is, motivation to me is a spark toward discipline. It doesn't, like, signing up for a race doesn't mean you're going to automatically train for it, but it gives me something that I think in my mind, okay, I want to show up in a meaningful way to this. I don't want to be a chump. So I'm going to do what I need to do to get ready for it. You can apply that to anything in your life. But if you're looking to lose weight, or looking to start a business or whatever it is, like, just having a big goal that's more of the outcome, and then fill it with activities to help you get there, versus like having all these activities as your goal.
Yeah. Happy New Year.
Yeah. Let's go.
Let's go.